I had lots of bloods taken, had urine taken, had weight, height, waist circumference, had to fill in about 9 different questionnaires about things like mental health, food noise, what was your current activities, what could you do, could you walk a block, could you walk up a flight of stairs, all those kind of things. And they said, all right, so all of this stuff's going to go off for testing now, and then we'll give you a phone call in a week or so and let you know whether or not you're suitable. And so they rang me in a week or so and said, right, well, we've deemed that you're physically well enough to start the trial, and so we'll bring you in for your first visit. So that, which they called it wasn't my first visit there, but yeah, my first visit of the trial. So that was pretty similar to the original visit, lots of blood tests, urines. Oh, and I forgot to mention EKGs. So I did have to have 3 EKGs, as part of the screening. And then I had 3 EKGs on day 1 of the visit as well, plus all the other stuff again. And then I had to also, they dispensed me my first box of pens, and I had to give myself the first injection while I was there, just so they could see. I bought props, so it looks like a Manjaro auto injection. It's just that it's got no brand name on it, and it's just got lots of barcodes and stuff, and it doesn't have my name or anything on it. But yeah, that's what the pen looks like. And so I'm doing my first injection at the clinic. And at this stage, I don't know if I'm on placebo or drug. All I know is that 50% of my trial is going to get placebo and 50% is going to get drug. And I've got quite sensitive skin. So whenever I used to do my Saxenda and my Ozempic, I used to, like, it would sting and I'd get a little bit of redness, at the injection site. That was normal for me. And I remember putting this injection in at the clinic and I got that familiar sting and I thought, oh, I know that sting. I think I might be on the drug. And then I was like, okay, don't jinx yourself. And then I woke up in the morning and there was no food noise and I had no appetite, and I knew I was on it. So that was, that was pretty exciting. And so that was when I started in February 2024. Since then, I've lost over 36% of my body weight. My BMI has dropped from 36. I'm back to 22. I'm back to my pre-pregnancy BMI. I've been able to come off all of my blood pressure medications. I've been able to have my cholesterol medicines reduced. I can't go off them completely because of the previous stroke. I have to stay on them for life. And they also had to reduce my thyroid medications significantly as well, because I was just on too high a dose after I lost all the weight. So, that is kind of the roundabout. And, it's a very kind of weird way to get into a clinical trial, but there you go. That's how I did it.
I feel like a lot of people probably end up that way. Like, I'm just poking around and my phone's listening to me, right? The ads, which is, we laugh about, but it's also really fucked up.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's really scary.
Like, we know it's true. It's just
terrifying.
Well, that is, God, man, that is quite a story. I have questions. Can we ask some questions?
Of course you do.
We've got lots of Reddit.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So I'm curious, like, when the food noise turned off for you, like, one of the questions people ask me a lot is sort of like what that's like to explain what it's like when food noise turns off. And then I'm also wanting to understand what people ask me a lot too, because I've been on all of them as well, right? Like the daily versus the Ozempic, and in terms of food noise control, not even think about weight loss, maybe like just what it feels like on your brain. What's the difference for you? Now we know this is different for everybody, but for you, what's it like?
Is it stronger? I just want to know if it's strong. Okay.
Look, for me, and this is very contentious because a lot of people talk about Retta compared to TERS and say, oh no, the appetite suppression is better on TERS. But I am nearly 21 months in and I still have huge appetite suppression and I struggle to eat every day. I struggle.
Wow.
I am literally putting stuff in my mouth because I have to put stuff in my mouth. And if I do feel hungry, on the rare occasion that I do feel hungry, I'm full in 3 bites. Yeah, it is. I do have very good, but that might just be me. That could just be me.
Indeed.
But yeah, like the difference for me was it's just not that constant thinking, like, okay, all right, so what am I going to have for breakfast? All right, I've had breakfast. Well, what am I going to have for morning tea? Okay. And then maybe I wonder how many calories I've eaten so far. I'm not really sure. All right, well, that's all right. Well then, look, I know I bought a salad for lunch, but I don't really feel like it. So I'm just going to go and get this takeaway. And yeah, like this all day long.
Right.
occupying my thoughts.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
don't have that anymore. Like you just
And it
do
went
it
away for you, right?
after
Like,
that.
Yeah.
has it ever come back? Because, you know, like Kat and I have said a couple different times, we've had it kind of come back a little.
It No, I don't think food noise has come back, but I have a different, like, oh, okay, all right, I'm having breakfast. Okay, what's going to be my protein? Like, if yeah,
Right.
like, okay, and how much liquid have I drunk today? And yeah, like it's kind of a food noise, but and so I'm
Yeah.
still thinking about every meal and every snack and what am I going to have and how I'm going to make sure that I've got good macros for that. But
Mhm.
yeah, no, not as in I'm starving and I want to think about what I'm eating next.
Yeah, I get that. Because like you're always like planning. Like that's how I
Yeah,
was too. Like I used to be
yeah.
always like what it like I don't know how to describe it. It's like and I would panic if I thought that I was going to be hungry or if I was going to go
Yeah.
somewhere and not have enough to eat. I would
Yeah,
feel
you pack
panic.
snacks.
Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah.
mm,
It's the weirdest thing. I mean, it's not
mm.
that weird, it's the disease. But you know.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm curious. So in terms of when you were on like tirzepatide, because you said no, you said you were on Ozempic,
No,
right?
so I skipped tirzepatide
Okay,
entirely.
so
Yeah,
you were
I
on the
missed that.
daily.
Yeah. Yeah, so I had Saxenda in 2018 and Ozempic in 2022, and I had both of them for 3 months. So I never ever even got up to the high doses as
Yeah.
well.
Okay.
Which so because I'm on the what well I believe I'm on the maximum dose of Retta, I think maybe that's why the appetite suppression has stayed so
Mm,
strong for me as
True.
well,
Yeah.
because I only got 3 months, which meant, like, let's say if it was
mhm.
TERS, I might have gone from 2.5 to 5. So let's say I got on a maximum of 7.5 or something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
like I never ever got up into those higher doses, and I
Mhm.
still managed to lose like
Yeah.
10% of my body weight in 3 months. So I was a good responder to
Yeah.
Saxenda and Ozempic.
I was too. I did pretty well on them
Mm,
too. It took a while. I had to get up to higher doses on them, but
mm,
I was on Saxenda Victoza also,
mm.
depending on whichever one I get during the shortage, right?
Yep.
And I did have a good response. The only thing I would say, like, I don't know if this looks for you, but like I have suffer with the constipation on the weekly ones, but on the Saxenda, I pooped every day and it was great.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
I did for the first month on
Yeah.
Retta, but I think that might have just been to do with the dramatically
Yeah.
decreased food intake. And then after that, it's actually tended to be the other way. I've tended to be on the looser side.
Oh, interesting.
Mm.
What are the side effects like? Are they about the same?
So side effects yeah, is there anything completely new? Only really the heart rate, which I'll talk about in a minute. But one of the things I think about being in a clinical trial, and they're very upfront and honest with you, and I knew this coming in,
Mhm.
you get no control over the dosing. So
Okay.
when I had my first box of Retta, so that was 4 weeks, I went into the clinic and I had lost 6% of my body weight in 4 weeks.
Whoa.
Now, if that was the real world, I would have gone, this is working great for me. Please keep me on this dose. But
Yeah.
of course, you don't get that choice in the clinical trial. And they go, yeah, that's great. Look, 6% of your body weight. Fantastic. We're now doubling your dose.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the
Hang
grading up
on. Here we
period,
go.
yeah. The grading up period was extremely hard because I would get side effects at the beginning of the month. The side effects would slowly start to taper off and become manageable at the end of the month, and then I'd have another dose escalation. And so I had to go through that cycle 5 times. And that's kind of how I worked out that I think I'm on the maximum dose, because they said you'd either go on a 4-dose schedule or a 5-dose schedule. And I had to go through that grading, going through the side effects. It was really, I won't lie, it was really, really difficult having to grade up that fast. And the thing that honestly kept me going was there are Reddit forums and Facebook groups for people who are in the trial. And like at one stage I couldn't get any solid food down at all. I was just entirely living on liquids. It was really, really bad, and I had terrible skin sensitivity.